DRC Congo, one of African nations with as much insecurity as the beauty of its sunrise. Climate change is upon us. Oceans are rising, fires are raging, storms are blowing, and we need solutions fast, and the world leaders and the politicians often seem to be spewing empty promises. Climate activists and actors under Pan-African Climate Justice Alliance held a peaceful protest to champion for efforts to deal with climate change. The alliance members called on the relevant stakeholders to ensure finances promised by United Nations Framework Conventions on climate change are granted.
La population congolaise est constituée de plus de 70% de la jeunesse. J'appelle la jeunesse à s'impliquer dans cette histoire de changement climatique parce que c'est notre avenir. La génération de demain sera constituée de plus de jeunes. Nous mourrons chaque jour et la population congolaise est constituée que de jeunes. La question de la justice climat concerne beaucoup plus l'avenir des jeunes. J'invite le jeune à s'impliquer dans la marche pour la justice climat car notre avenir.
It is horrifying that we have to fight our own government to save the environment. Bearing in mind the fate of the living planet is the most important issue facing the mankind. On her Twitter handle, Executive Director of Pan-African Climate Justice Alliance, Dr. Mithika Mwenda says, the issue of climate change has always been limited to the science regardless of different perspectives and constituencies. There is a nexus between climate security and weak governance, and the countries with weak governance are more vulnerable to the effects of climate justice. The warning about global warming have been extremely clear for a long time, and we are facing global climate crisis. It is deepening, and we are entering a period of consequences. Our addiction to fossil fuel is pushing humanity to the brink, and we face stark choice: either we stop it or it stops us. We are already gasping for survival, and tomorrow is not an option, for it will be too late. Our people are watching, and our people are taking notes. Can there be peace and prosperity if 1/3 of the world lives in prosperity and 2/3 live under siege and face calamitous threats to our well-being? We are running the most dangerous experiment in history right now, which is to see how much carbon dioxide the atmosphere can handle before there is an environment catastrophe. The less we do to address climate change right now, the more regulation we will have in the future. It is not climate change that needs to be tackled, it is a political power of fossil fuel industries. A nation that destroys its soil destroys itself. Forests are the lungs of our land, purify the air and give fresh strength to our people. The environment is where we all meet, where we have a mutual interest, and it is one thing that all of us share. We are the first generation to feel the sting of climate change, and we are the last generation that can do something about it. This is not a partisan debate, it is a human one. Clean air and water and a livable climate are inalienable human rights, and solving this crisis is not a question of politics, it is a moral obligation. Climate Justice Torch Campaign, DRC Congo.